of Thunder. So I'm now past the 4,000 round mark on this. 4,000 round through it. Now, as you all know, if you've been following this little adventure, my Bersa, my Ultra PPKS 22, it just fell apart on me. The finish fell off, rear sight fell off. I actually blew the extractor off once using some just regular old Thunderbolts. And then the last time I blew it up, the extractor and the detent spring came out and it actually bent the slide. So the Ultra PPKS is gone down for the count. But the Burst of Thunder, it rocks on. Now, interesting. The first 1,000 rounds or so, this thing would pretty much eat everything. Thunderbolts and arm score and CCI and those little Stinger CCI Stinger 22s. It pretty much fed everything. And as the rounds started stacking onto it, it became more and more finicky. Now it is at the point at 4,000 rounds, it will only feed the Remington golden bullets, which is kind of strange because the Thunderbolts are the same bullet. It's just one has a copper wash over the bullet and one doesn't. Now here's a weird anomaly I found on this thing here. If you load this mag up, 10 rounds, then you get a little oil. No matter what kind of oil, WD-40, rim oil. I got some Lucas gun oil. It don't matter. Put a little bit of oil in that first bullet. Load it back into the gun and rack that slide. It will go through all 10 rounds. If you do not oil that first bullet, pretty much in every single ammo I feed it, Thunderbolts. I bought a big old 1,000-round brick of Winchester Westerns, I guess it is. It's a 36 grain, 1,200 something odd feet per second bullet. If you don't oil that first round, every single thing I feed through it, except for the golden bullets, the Remington golden bullets, every single round will have to be pull the trigger. You have to rack it, pull the trigger, rack it. It's a manually operated firearm. Stingers are 50-50. I can load full of Stingers. One mag might go bang, bang, bang. No big deal. Next mag might have round go off. Got to manually rack it back. Next round go off. Rack it back. I might be able to squeeze off 2 more rounds. Then the third, rack it back. It's very sporadic. But if you get those Stingers, and again, oil that very top bullet. It will feed all 10 rounds. And it don't gotta be a lot of oil, just a light coat of oil. And I sort of discovered that. I don't know, my last video I did, I sort of I had a box of what was it? Was it Thunderbolts? I can't remember now. But I had a box of ammo that I put some oil on it and shook it up real good and made sure every little bullet was oiled and it ran. Then that gave me the idea of if I just oil the first bullet, will it run? And I can't figure out why. I don't know what is about oiling that first bullet that makes them all run through. Only I can think of is the chamber. That chamber gets oil in it, and for some reason that oil lubricates the spent casing, be ejected out, next one loaded up, and to repeat the process. If you oil that first bullet, go through one mag, load another mag full of 10 rounds, and then try to go through that mag, it won't feed it. It won't. Every round won't. Every round will go bang. Some will try to eject, and some will just slack the sliders a little bit and go back in and not eject that round. Something is in there keeping it from actually cycling this slide. And I can't figure what it is. I looked at the chamber the best I can. And it's shiny. I mean, there's no obstructions, no weird deformalities. I got an old Mosin. I used to have an old Mosin, and inside the chamber was a little bit of corrosion. And it was sort of funny because when I pulled the trigger, you pull the trigger any firearm, whether it be brass case or steel case, whatever, the pressure that it generates as it pushes that bullet out will expand that case to conform with the chamber. Brass will usually expand and retract back. Steel often expands and stays expanded. It doesn't really want to retract back. That's why you really can't reload steel as like you can brass. But I had an old Mosin that I pulled the trigger, and it had a little bitty deformity inside the barrel from corrosion. It's kind of funny when I pull that bolt back and look at that round on the round on the near the shoulder of the of the cartridge. There's a little indent poking out. You know, it takes the shape of the inside of the barrel. That was almost shaped like the state of Texas. But there was a deformity, and the way the 7.62 by 54 rounds are tapered, it was no big deal. If that was a straight walled case, like a 4570 or a trying to think 4570, 30-06, any kind of straight walled case, 5.56, no matter. That kind of indent would probably, if the brass or the steel case doesn't go back in fat enough, would actually hang up on the case. I'm pretty sure it would keep that the spent casing from ejecting. But this guy here, that is not the case. Let me yank this apart. So 4,000 rounds. What does 4,000 round look like? With a slide. Yeah, there's some shiny. That's normal. You're gonna get some shiny marks. Again, this thing has cycled 4,000 times. There's no real. The only weird, I guess what I call it damage, and I'm not sure what to call it damage. I'm not sure why it's that way. There is a slight little wear or indent mark right there. That's hard to see. Other than that, all you see is this where the this is steel, where the I guess some kind of cera coating, or it's not blued, some kind of coating has basically rubbed off because of it cycling 4,000 times. But other than that, it kept. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with this to stop it from doing anything. Recoil spring, just a recoil spring. It doesn't matter which way it go. If you put it in this way, it's the wrong way. If it's loose, it's the wrong way. It's slightly tapered. You really can't tell, but it's tapered. So you have to put it on the barrel this way, and that keeps it on place. I actually did one time. I was kind of wondering if maybe this was keeping from just enough friction to keep it from cycling. Put it this way, and yeah, no, it goes. That's how it goes. You go take the other way, it got even worse. So the frame, yeah, you can see a little bit of wear on that side. This side is actually a lot more. That's just from the slide cycling 4,000 times. You see the wear marks here. You see the barrel where the finish has been wore off the barrel. That's from the spring just cycling back and forth 4,000 times. The slide, when it goes home, actually smacks against the end of the barrel, and you probably can't see it there. The light's probably horrible. Yeah, that's horrible. But yeah, on both the slide and the barrel, the finish is basically just been wore off it. But yeah, it's there's. I looked and looked and looked. There are no deformities. You can see the rifling. Like I said before in another video, a 22 long rifle, you're never going to wear that rifling out. The lead's just way too soft to wear that out. There's no brass jacket or anything. Plus the velocities aren't high enough. Hammer looks good. I mean, yeah, it's wear. It's just wear, mostly wear. And I got a feeling this will keep on firing until the cows come home. As long as you oil that top bullet. The mag, yeah, just top of the follower here, just sort of got a little bit, a little sheen going on here from the brass. That last round being stripped off, and other than that, it's just yeah. Sounds a little gritty from all the gunpowder in there, but it's still great. Hard, really tight spring. So yeah, I kind of just wonder why. I just don't know. I try to do some Googling, And some people say, "Oh, gotta clean your chamber really good." Um, I can clean the sucker down. Like I wish the video can pick it up. Let me see if I can do some zooming. Yeah, yeah, it's probably not gonna be the best. Yeah, it's not gonna be the best. Let me back it up. But yeah, this that little chamber. Just I've looked at it, and just there is no that's all blur. There's no deformalities. When I would get a casing get hung up in it, and when I'd manually eject it out. Look at the casing. Is the casing oval? Is it some kind of bulge? I remember my Walter PPKS. The end along the rim of every single spent round had a bulge in it. This is not bulging. The feed ramps are nice and somewhat shiny. So yeah, it's kind of a mystery of why it does that. Why every single round will hang up, not eject, or if it does try to eject, it'll stovepipe, just be sticking ass out. But you oil that first bullet, it cycles. In fact, cycles flawlessly. It's kind of really weird. Why is that oil making a difference? Is that oil getting inside that chamber? So actually, I know even 22s, you get a lot higher velocity rounds, 45, 44, 9 millimeters. Those will expand and really seal, make a little gas seal for the barrel, for the bullet on the way out. Rifle is even more so. Um, 22 being just being a direct blowback. I don't know how much pressure is in there and how long that round stays in this little 2-inch barrel, or whatever it is, 2.5-inch barrel, and how much that little brass cartridge will swell up in the pressure and seal it off. And maybe it's just enough pressure sealing it off that it's gripping the side of this chamber here, and not enough friction is not allowing it to eject. Because at first, I thought it was maybe the spring, because I don't know if you can still hear it. There's weird machine marks in this. I was thinking maybe the spring in the slide had just enough friction on this barrel to slow down the process, and that bullet would exit, and this didn't have enough velocity the slide to eject that round out. But when I started oiling that first bullet and it started running fine, I didn't know it wasn't anything to do with this barrel or machine marks or anything, or spring tightness or anything. It was everything to do inside this chamber and how the rounds are interacting. And like I said, the Winchester Golden Boys, those run fine. Those run. I can load them up no oil and they run fine. Got those some Thunderbolts in there, but the Thunderbolts and Golden Boy, as far as I can remember, run the same velocities. They're the same round, except one is copper washed, one is not. One is that black lead. But other than that, they're the same round. Golden Boys run, and the Thunderbolts don't eject, and maybe will stovepipe at best. But you cannot run a whole full mag through it without oiling it. For the slide, it's probably rubbing right here. So yeah, that is the story of this 4,000 rounds. I'll probably keep putting rounds to it until something breaks. It'll, what do they call that? Ejector, I guess, is when the slide cycles back, the round catches on this and it throws it out this direction. I guess without it, it'll come out there. The round will come out and then just stay in the chamber. That throws it out of the ejection port, or whatever it's called. Yeah, throws it out of here. So now I do have another 22 on order. I've got me a Ruger. What is that? Mark 4, Mark 5, Mark 4, Mark 6. One of the old school Ruger 22 pistols. I think it has like a 4-inch barrel or something like that. So I do got one of those on layaway at buzzguns.com. So I'm gonna have that come in there, and I'll probably put that through this paces. See how many rounds it'll go through, and hopefully I'll have all the bullets. But this here, I'm gonna, 22 is cheap. I think I got me a 1,000 round block of Winchester Western 22. I think 1,000 rounds was like 50 something odd dollars or something, or I can't remember, something like that. It was cheap. So I'm gonna keep on putting rounds to it um, until it just doesn't want to run no more. I thought about getting a different spring for it, thinking maybe that's a culprit or part of the culprit. But still, oiling the bullet solves the problem. So it's nothing to do with the spring, slide weight, everything to do with this chamber and how the sprint round interacts in that chamber after the bullet leaves the barrel. But other than that, for putting that many rounds through it, and it's the finish is held up just crazy good, especially compared to the PPKS. It is kind of interesting that we have all the wear on this side and only some on that side. How it's sort of unevenly being uneven, evenly being worn. So yeah, when it lock it back. Yeah, when that round leaves the barrel and the brass as he pulled out by the little claw here, that little, you probably can't see it, darn it, that little ejector in there kicks that round sideways so it can exit the port, and with instead of just staying. You take that ejector off, it won't go anywhere. The spin case will stay in there and we'll jam the gun up. And also it's kind of funny. The more you the more I shoot this thing, any gun in particular, the more you shoot it, the tighter your groups get. Because I had some targets that I was just drilling holes to the point where it was just getting ridiculous. Little mark there. So yeah, all the marks are just where the gun cycles. So it has a heavy, well, yeah. Oh yeah, it has a mag disconnect. I forgot. Yeah, still has that. Not a bad. The Walter has, man, it had like a 15-pound trigger pull. This is not that bad. So yeah, that is. Well, it's just the finish held up so good. I think, really, to tell you the truth. That is the story of the Bersa Thunder, 4,000 plus rounds, and I was feeding it all kind of stuff. I mean, just random CCI mini mags and Stingers and Thunderbolts, Winchester Westerns, that's Winchester Super X, whatever it is, Golden Boys. Yeah, I mean, I was just feeding it all kind of just whatever I can grab from the Academy and whatever I can find in bulk. And yeah, it's just kind of weird. Guys at the range were looking at it like, why is it doing that? And I'll show them that oil in that first bullet. And it ran all 10 rounds. And they all just stood by like, well, that is the most darn thing. They even looked at the chamber, and the guys at the range was like, the range master was like, man, that doesn't make any sense. That's the first time they ever found a firearm, especially even a 22, any kind of firearm, that you had to oil that first bullet to make it run. So if anyone in the comment section has one of these and had the same problem, I'd like to know your remedy, and if you ever fixed that problem without oiling the bullet, what did you actually do to fix it? Because I'm kind of curious. But other than that oiling the bullet, this is a great little pistol, little pocket pistol, little tackle box pistol if you want to do that with it. But it's great in the hand. I mean, this is a very nice pistol. I just wish, and I like, some people don't like these mags with the little pinky support. I like that because for my hands, it just fits really nice, feels really good. Whew. So that's the end for this. I'll keep putting rounds through it. I guess if I put another 2,000 rounds through it, that'd be 6,000 rounds to this thing total. I'll do another little update video. Again, I'm going to keep going to the forums and everything, and maybe I'll run across something that will, give a hint, or maybe, but all the searching I've done on the Google, no one seems to come up with a situation of this happening. So it could be just my unique firearm has one little abnormal wrinkle or something in there I'm not seeing that's causing that round to catch, slow down, and not eject. But when you put the oil on it, maybe the oil is like on an engine, the oil is having enough cushion inside that chamber that the abnormality, the weird something going on here, doesn't affect the round itself, and it allows it to eject right out. And that oil residue just keeps it letting it cycle 10 rounds. Because again, you put another rat mag in there after that, and if you don't oil it, it stops working immediately. So, interesting. That's all I got. Bersa Thunder 22. It's a beast. I know I've heard people they run, and mine runs if you oil the bullet. It's crazy.